What's up, y'all? Hey, we're on our fourth video, which is the art of question asking. I'm going to keep this one simple and quick, but I think as a small group leader, this can be one of the greatest tools that you have. Great questions lead to great conversations and transformation. I want you to think of the life of Jesus. One of the things that stands out is that Jesus Christ was the greatest question asker of all time. I still think all the time of when the Pharisees undercover went to Jesus and flipped up a coin and said, "Hey, should we pay taxes?" And Jesus said these words, "Who's on the coin? Whose face is on the coin?" And obviously, you know the statement. It was Caesar. And he says, "Render to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and render to God what belongs to God." And it all got opened up with a question. So here's what I want to say to you about question asking. Questions activate ownership. Do not just preach. I've seen it time and time again where I've entered into a small group and the small group leader just takes over the small group by preaching. And having that, once again, that self-awareness, that context, they just came from a 30-minute sermon. And so now it's time to activate them through questions. And obviously we write questions a lot of times in our small groups, but I believe that you guys have a great gift of the Holy Spirit who knows how to ask great questions, and you can build it in yourself. So asking open-ended questions that make them reflect and process. I think when you ask questions, you actually activate critical thinking. Think of it like the 80-20 rule. You want to be speaking for 20% and have them, and not even just speaking, you should be asking questions for 20% of the time and try to be pulling out critical thinking for the 80% of the time. Types of questions that are powerful, obviously, you know, who, what, where, why, when, and go deeper. You know, I think when someone asks a question, someone answers that question that you ask, then being able to follow up with, "Hey, why is that important? You said this statement." Or, "What are you getting out of that?" I remember just recently I was speaking to a young woman and her boyfriend, and they're talking about stuff they're dealing with, family issues with their dad who is really not is struggling with their relationship, and the young girl was afraid to confront the dad. Now these are not teenagers, just for context. These are young adults, and they're really struggling. And I remember just asking them, "What are you so afraid of?" I didn't come at them and preach and say, "Here's what you need to do. Boom, 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 this. I just asked a simple question. What are you so afraid of? And it totally broke open the conversation into this deeper issue of fear of her dad. And that all came through asking questions. That same thing can be applied in your small group with asking important questions about the message, about their answers. You have a lot of power in asking questions. Other thing I would say is that practice makes perfect. You're in a small group setting where kids are coming to you, teenagers are coming to you wanting to talk. Not all the time. Sometimes you have to drag it out. But there's a lot of times I know people love to chat. And so you have a perfect place where you could practice the art of asking good questions. And I want to say as well, you probably have heard of this, but mirroring is a powerful tool. So let's say Tyler and I are talking, and Tyler's going on and on. There's something powerful in mirroring what he's just saying. Basically starting it like this. "So Tyler, what I'm hearing you say is that," and fill in the blank. And when you practice mirroring, which is repeating back what they're saying with what you're hearing, it allows them to, "Wait, I didn't actually say that. What I meant to say was this." Or it actually opens them up to, "Oh my gosh, did I just say that? Did I really just say it? I didn't mean to say it. I didn't mean to come off that way." And so mirroring is a powerful tool. I just want to say this last thing, which is listen first, then ask. Listening is a powerful tool that you have to practice. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So you should listen as much as you speak. You should listen twice as much as you speak. And in a small group setting where you're surrounded with teenagers, it is an important tool to have. And so, I think to wrap that all up, I just want to say that your ability to ask questions is actually going to be one of the things that brings real transformation into your small group.
Yeah.
It brings real transformation into having teenagers learn how to critically think for themselves. Their brains are not fully developed. Not until you're 25, they say. And so let alone when you're 14, 16 years old. And so I want to encourage you that as you embark on this small group leading journey, is that as time goes by, as you start leading small group, that your ability to ask questions would also increase. So that's all I have to say about the art of question asking. Practice makes perfect. Go for it. And that's it. Bless you guys.